Hi everyone, this is audap. Let's continue our game of Raging Loop on Nintendo Switch. I came across another unpaved path that was clearly used by people and cars. It was lined with weeds and bushes reaching up to my waist. It was home to caterpillars and grasshoppers, among other things. Spiders were no exception. There were no shortage of insects there, so it was a good place for a net. I wasn't particularly scared of spiders, but I didn't like them either. At least they were just harmless orb weavers. Regardless, I avoided these bushes, just in case, and followed the path like the good city boy I was. There was a large boulder surrounded by grass. It was strangely tall, making it look like it was put there by people. On its dewy surface, there was a gray tree frog, ready to go after the many insects scattered about. I walked a bit further and came across a house with a small field nearby. The field's location made it safe to assume it belonged to the inhabitants. If there were inhabitants anyway, I couldn't see anyone. And just like always, there was grass everywhere. There was another boulder standing next to the house. This one was obviously placed there by human hands. What was the point? Was it a monument or something? The footprints continued into the field. The wet mud on the field was full of small, young, but healthy-looking rice plants. If you ignored the standing boulders in the area, the place looked like a normal farming village. I was both relieved and worried at the same time. From what I saw, there weren't any other buildings besides the ones in the settlement. Everything beyond was just mountains, meaning that this place was completely isolated, and I was a complete outsider. There was no way things would go well if I ran into a random local. I belatedly crouched to hide myself a bit. It was probably best for me to go back. Chimney might have been looking for me. Suddenly, I hear a sound. I looked for its source and found a speaker on a wooden utility pole in the middle of a small plaza. A morning broadcast? I'd never heard this tune before. It was cheerful at first, but had some parts that seemed really dark. I found it unsettling. Perplexed, I stopped walking, and what happened next made me hide myself. There was a person in the area, densely surrounded by houses, but they weren't normal. What was with that appearance? What was that on her face? Though I was a fair distance away, I could see an old woman with some sort of cloth over her face, shakily walking out from between the buildings. Oddly enough, there were boulders even there. But even weirder was the fact that she walked up to one of them, lightly joined her hands, and bowed her head before it, her face still hidden. Then all was silence. It actually looked like she was revering it. To me, it looked like she was praying to it. This was bad, really bad. I'd wandered into a settlement with a unique culture, to put it lightly. Forget about causing trouble. An outsider like me could get killed here. I just turned around and ran for it. I dashed up the hill, past the house, through the construction site, until I arrived back at the apartment building. Chimney looked like a relatively reasonable person. Maybe she could tell me what was up. It just hit me that the way she described this place was somewhat weird. She basically said it wasn't normal.
あるいは、ちえみちゃんが恐るべき殺人鬼で、僕を酔っ払わせてぶっ殺す。
はあ、ヤマンバ。いいね。ブッシュブッシュ殺しちゃう。
No way. What if she was actually the bait they used to lure outsiders here? Eventually, the broadcast stopped. Chimney still hadn't come out of her room. She didn't respond even when I knocked or called out to her. I didn't have to worry about this, right? That just made my inexplicable unease grow worse. What if this was a trap? Was I in a dangerous situation? I had to talk to her. If she was a normal person, anyway. Maybe my best option was to run away right now. I wouldn't know where to run. I couldn't remember the path we'd taken here, though I was pretty sure we'd went uphill, so maybe I had to go down? If I avoided the settlement and went back to mountain stream, I could escape by following the wild roads. That was my best option, even with the difficulties considered. Thankfully, I'd taken my bag with me. I took out a 5,000 yen note and put it in Chimney's newspaper box. It was payment for last night's beer. The moment I turned around to take my leave, The door to the next room to the staircase opened slightly with a creak. I saw an eye glaring at me through the gap. Her high-pitched scream pierced my eardrums. I screamed too, scared shitless, and ran for it. Suddenly, I stepped onto the wet hallway floor at a bad angle. I fell. Thud, thud, thud.
はるちゃんどうした？
ああ、誰このおっちゃん。
あなた誰ですか？っていうか大丈夫ですか？
The reasonable-sounding voice prompted me to shake off the pain and raise my head. There were two boys in formal-looking school uniforms.
大丈夫ですか？
He repeated the question.
ああ、ちょっと驚いただけで。
おっちゃん、ちえねえの友達？
Chiene?
ああ、ちえみちゃんのことか。
大学のお知り合いですか？お知り合いが来るなんて聞いてなかった。
いや、いろいろあって助けられたんだ。怪しいものじゃないんだ。怪しく見えるだろうけど。
怪しいな、おっちゃん。
どうすればいいのかな。とりあえず、名前は久石春明と言います。
僕は織部安永です。こっちは鴨志田近持。
モッチーだ。
Good to know. If I called him that, maybe he'd stop calling me old man. I was only 24.
それでこっちが。はるちゃん何してんの？
だって知らない人が。
Apparently, this Haru-chan was the person who looked at me through the gap in the door and screamed.
とりあえず大丈夫そうだから出ておいでよ。
A moment later, she slammed the door shut, and after a few more moments of hesitation, opened it again. Whoa. She looked like a student too, except her fashion sense was exceptionally flashy.
あなた誰ですか？
久石春明と言って、この近くでバイクで事故って、芹沢千恵美さんに助けられたんだ。
それってもしかして昨日の夜知恵姉の部屋に。
あ、うん。止めてもらった。
She cut my words short with her ear-piercing shriek.
通りで騒がしかったと思った。何考えてるの？嫁入り前の女性の家に不潔。
ああ、うん。それはその通りで、僕もちょっと躊躇はしたんだけど、千恵美ちゃんが親切で。
ちえみちゃん？あれなれしい。それじゃあもしかしてちえ姉が出てこないのって。
ドアに5000円挟んであるじゃん。
久石さんまさか。
違う。単に昨日お酒をおごられたからそのお返しで。
ちえ姉の体が5000円ってそんな安いわけないでしょ。
ただれてるな。
The hell were these kids saying?
ああ、君、助けてくれないか？
初対面で女性の部屋でお酒を飲んだんですか？そして知恵姉は出てこない。
Crap, I had no allies here.
一体何事？
And so the subject of the conversation joined in.
おお、千恵美ちゃん、君からも事情を説明。
Something was off about her aura. What happened to the lively girl she'd been yesterday?
知恵姉まさか。
恥ずかしいとこを見られちゃった。
おお。
いや、ちょっと待って、ちょっと。
もう嫁行けない。
Man, what a mess. Though Chimney's face was all pale, she was actually grinning. She obviously had a bad hangover, but that didn't stop her from messing around. After calming everyone down, Chimney explained what actually happened. How we met in the middle of the night. how she let me stay out of goodwill, how we drank ourselves silly, and how nothing happened between us.
いやー、久々に深酒しちゃって思いっきり入っちゃったよ。春秋さん、お見苦しいとこ申し訳ない。
ああ、いや、それはいいんだけど。
That Haruchan girl still looked at me funny.
非常識。
ああ、うん。申し訳ない。昨日は本当に疲労困憊でね。つい好意に甘えてしまったんだ。
まあ知恵ねえだしな。雑把だよな。
事情も事情だし、年寄りたちも納得するかな。ちなみに会ったのってどこです？
それはね。
下の方の河原だよ。
My words made everyone change their expressions.
それはちょっと。
大騒ぎだ。
2日連続で2人もだなんて。
もしかしてまずいこと言った？
はあ、まあいずれバレることよ。さっきあれだけ大騒ぎしちゃったからYasumizu中に知れちゃったろうし。
君、2日連続で2人もって何のこと？
触らないで。汚い。
I wasn't trying to touch her, and I wasn't filthy. Sure, I hadn't had a bath in over a day, but still.
君、何が騒ぎになるの？
タエバあたりが拒否ってなる。
Well, that sure sounded bad.
詳しい話を聞かせてくれない？
ちょっと説明は難しいんですけど、まあここは田舎なんで町といろいろ違うってことですよ。
This guy here was Orebi-kun, ignoring Chimney, and he was the easiest person to talk to.
どうすればいいかな？
まあちえみが何とかしましょう。学生諸君はとりあえずご飯行かないと。
この混乱には乗るっきゃない。
乗るっきゃなくないもっち。とりあえず行っちゃいな。私らちょっと遅れていくから。
まあちょっと時間ずらした方がいいよね。揉めそうだし。
さすがやすくん、察しがいいぞ。ごめんけど2人のお守りよろしくね。
うん。
もう知恵ねえ。子供扱いはやめてよ。そうだ、うんこしてやるぞ。
ほらほら行くぞ、モッチーにハルちゃん。
And so the students walked off towards the stairs. It was kind of easy to tell what sort of relationship they had. Anyway,
彼らがこの建物の他の住人？
そういうこと。学生寮だからね、ここ。
a student dorm in this Hicksville? Still, my senses had betrayed me. There were actually other people here.
ちなみに春秋さん、他の人と出会ってトラブったりしてないよね。
うん。一応それ警戒してたから。
ならよかった。よし、ちょっとしたら食堂に行きましょう。
あ、朝食？
朝食は今から食べてください。食堂へは一応面通しをしに行くの。
誰と？
よそ者が皿長からやってきたってことに文句を言いそうな人たち。
Oh, so like that Thai bar person, huh?
お世話になります。
いいってことです。その代わり朝のことは秘密で。
そりゃあもちろん。ところで皿長って何？あの河原？
そう、皿長の瀬っていう川だけど、あの辺まとめて皿長って呼ぶの。ちょっと曰くのある場所でね。
曰く？
うん。あの川は汚れていて死人が帰ってくるみたいな伝説がね。
Oh. So that's why they'd reacted like that.
他にもその手のルールというか、しきたりみたいなのが？
たくさんあります。なので基本ちえみちゃんにお任せを。
Gladly, on all fronts.
ちなみに身の危険とかは？
ないない。でもいろいろ不愉快な思いをする前に早く出て行けた方がいいかも。
そのための根回しに行くと。
そうそう。
The settlement I'd strayed to was a weird place, but at least the guide was reliable. And she wanted me to leave ASAP, huh? That was depressing. Chaimi gave me some cup ramen for breakfast. She boiled the water in a small electric kettle. The girl herself was too hungover to eat anything. I did take the opportunity to pay her back for last night's drinks in person, though. Then we made our way to the dining hall.
この岩って何なの？
一応お守りみたいなもの？昔からあるよ。
よそでは見たことないよ。
ああ、言われたらそうかも。
She led me along a narrower path that I'd followed earlier. It didn't seem like any cars used this one. It was very farmy, I guess. This area was also littered with those boulders. Some were cracked, broken, or half buried in the fields. They were clearly religious symbols, but it didn't look like they were that important these days. Or were they? Now that I knew I was safe, I once again became curious about this place.
あ、人だ。
He was working on the field.
たくみ兄ちゃんだ。おはよ
Chami waved her hand. The man responded, but then froze mid-wave.
う。じゃあ行きましょう。
いいの？多分あの人、僕の存在に驚いたんじゃ。
大丈夫。どうせ後で食堂に来るから、説明はその時にするってことで。
Well, she said so. As an outsider, I had no choice but to rely on her. This was the part of the village I saw this morning, where the buildings were more densely packed. I didn't notice it back then, but it was actually kind of weird. Basically, it felt desolate. The wooden bungalows in particular were more or less overgrown, buried in tall grass and other greenery. If this was all I saw of the village and someone told me it was abandoned, I'd have easily believed them. However, two of the buildings stood out. There was a hall right behind the hill. It wasn't that big, but it looked grand and well maintained. The other building was obviously the dining hall. It looked a bit dirty, but I could tell there were people inside. From what I could tell, it was the most lively place in this poor excuse for a community. Suddenly, the three students walked out, chatting about something.
あ、知恵ねと、夫妻子さん。
再度おはよう。ちょっと遅くない？
モッチーがバカなことばっか言って遅くなっちゃったんだもん。そうだ、僕が悪だ。味噌汁をよこせ。
まあ早足なら間に合うでしょ。みんなしっかり勉強しといで。
Half dashing, the three ran up the path we came from.
みんな高校生なんだ。
そう、山をぐーっと登ったところに分校があるんだ。私も3年前まで通ってたな。
やたら不便だね。
それでもみんなあの寮に住める分優遇されてるんだけど。
Chami was entirely straight-faced. There wasn't even a hint of a smile.
さあ、気合を入れて入りましょう。
そうしましょう。
気合入んない。
We laughed a little and passed the curtain.
いらっしゃい。あら。
The inside was as aged as the outside, but it looked well maintained.
ちえみちゃん、お客さん？
The hostess-looking lady asked. Though somewhat aged and fatigued, she was definitely beautiful. There were two others besides her. One was a lady in her 70s or 80s. She was probably the one I saw this morning. The silhouette matched. The other was a man who seemed a bit younger than her, probably in his late 60s. Though they were just sitting there, there was a menacing aura about them.
うん、紹介するね。夫妻子春明さん。昨日の晩、皿長で迷ってたのを、千恵美が保護しました。
The reactions were powerful. The lady gasped, while the two elders rose to their feet with alarm. The tension that was already there the moment I walked in reached its peak.
気にするのもわかるけど、これは単なる偶然です。あの子と違って、この人は素性が明らかだし、バイクで旧道に突っ込んで事故ったって非常に気の毒な事情もある。そんなわけで、我々としてはこの人がちゃんと帰れるように手伝ってあげるのがいいとちえみは思います。どうですか、皆様方。
After saying all that, Jamie fell silent. The ball was in their court now.
まあ、それは大変。
The lady voiced a harmless opinion, careful not to upset the old people. It was pretty clear who was in charge. They were elders in more ways than one.
ちいちゃんはなんで夜に皿長なんぞ言っとったかね。
虫の知らせかな。前の日にあんなことあったし、眠れなかったから。
そいじゃあやっぱり読み人じゃないんかね。
Oh, I'm playing another game about Yomibito. Okay.
やめ、タイバ
From the conversation, it was pretty clear that something had happened before I arrived here. It was probably similar to what happened with me. She'd mentioned some little girl. Perhaps there was a child who'd wandered in here like I did. According to Jamie, the Sadanaga Rapids were a place of significance around here. It was a place in which dead people came to life, or whatever. Oh, so this time must have been the lady that Boyd mentioned, and the Yomibito must have been a term for the dead who came from there. Apparently, the primary goal here was convincing these elders to approve helping me.
おい、どっから来た
The old man's voice put my derailed mind back on track.
あ、はい、東京です。
いくつじゃ
年は24です。
地位より上じゃが
He chuckled. I immediately realized he was taking a jab at me for hiding behind a younger girl.
申し遅れました。Fusaishi Haruakiです。芹沢さんにも紹介された通り、バイクで事故って迷い込みました。どうやら僕は、ここでは異分子のようで、変なことを言ったりしたりして、皆さんに迷惑かけたくないなと。それで、芹沢さんに紹介をお願いしたんですが、僕から改めてお願いします。すぐ出て行きますから、それまでは僕の存在を多めに見ていただけないかと。それと、僕を助けてくれた芹沢さんを責めないであげてください。
春明さん。
おそらく芹沢さんは、ここの常識を外れたところで僕を助けてくれたんだと思うんです。学生たちもみんな驚いてた。
まあ。
これでも大人です。自分の責任は自分で取りますし、皆さんにかけた迷惑は可能な限り償います。ですので、どうかお願いします。
I bowed my head.
ちゃんとしとる、タイバ
あたしゃすかんわね。そんなに髪茶色に染めてから。
Shit, I forgot I didn't look very presentable to more traditionalist people.
よそは皆こうよ。はよう返せばええ。
ほいじゃあ好きにしなさいね。
I guess I got their half-hearted approval.
春秋。春か。うちの孫も春じゃ。紛らわしい。
あ、もしかして
そう、春ちゃんのおじいさんの牧島勘三さんよ。
どうも。
I didn't know what else to say. Haruchan and I weren't on the best of terms so far. Anyway, it seemed like we were past the difficult part.
皿長に突っ込んだか。
いえ、コンビニで道を聞いた後、脇道に入って未舗装になったところで滑り落ちて横転しました。
で、皿長登ったか。なぜ途中で引き返さね
え。He wasn't impressed by my choice of actions. It just hit me that I had no idea how much time passed between the crash and my meeting with Chaimi.
わしと匠で見てきちゃる。
匠は他を見よるわよ。
タイバ、追い出す思うて手伝わせ。
カンちゃんはいっつもそうね。
ばあちゃん、おやさん、どうした？
We're joined by a new inhabitant.
ちえみ、こいつは？
あ、匠兄ちゃん。
Oh, so he was the one we saw in the field. Wow, he sure looked big from up close. All that field work was good for his muscles, clearly, and from what I could tell, he was in his 30s. As Chimey introduced me and told him of my situation, I found out his name, Takumi Muro.
ああ、そいつは災難だったな。ああ、おやさん。
わしとお前で拾う。
だな。ばあちゃん、こいつ助けっからちょっと待っててな。もう農薬は巻き終わってるから昼から草刈るわ。
匠は優しいね。
こんなもんなんでもないって。すぐ何もなかったようにできるからよ。
そうね。
Nothing, eh?
お兄ちゃんや。
僕ですか？はい。
ここは安水言うてね。あんまりええ場所じゃないんよ。
Hmm? It was the place that wasn't good? Not my present here? Not my presence here?
あたしらもよそのもんが苦手だし、よそのもんも触れんがええ。じゃから、はよ出てお行き。
はい。そのつもりです。
話はついた感じか？
うん、ありがとう、匠兄ちゃん。
I was beginning to understand how things worked here. Although Kanzo Makshima's voice was the most powerful here, it was also important to get Tai-san's approval. Kanzo-san was probably in charge of tackling the settlement's practical problems, while Tai-san provided spiritual and moral direction. And when it was time to be civilized, Takumi-san came and convinced Tai-san, acting as an intermediary. It looked like Takumi-san himself understood such subtleties, and Chimey seemed to rely on this side of him.
はい。ここらで一つどうぞ。
The lady brought some tea to the old folk. Perfect timing.
おお、香織さん。俺には飯頼むぜ。
So that was her name.
朝早くからお疲れ様でした。大盛りにしますからね。
なーに、安水とばあちゃんと香織さんのためならへでもねえよ。
まあ。
These two sure seemed to get along. They looked about the same age, too.
さあ、お客さんもご飯にされます？
あ、いえ、いただいてきたので。
それじゃあ、お茶をどうぞ。おにぎりでもお出ししましょう。
ああ、それは。
ごめんなさい。ちょっと急ぎで電話借りていいかな、香織さん。
Oh?
それはいいけど、お茶くらいは。
うん、ありがとう。でもほんと緊急だから。行こう、春秋さん。
うん。
It didn't look like I could say no. We went up to the nearby stairs to what seemed like a living space. At the end of a creaky hallway, there was a black rotary phone, a rarity in this day and age.
これがここ、安水唯一の電話だから。
Seriously?
ちなみに、携帯電話はどのキャリアも通じませんので。
そうなのか。でもどこに電話しろって？
ロードサービスとか保険とか、あと必要なら家族にも連絡。
Oh, that makes sense. Hell, I should have been the one to say that.
さっきも言ったけど、できるだけここを早く出られた方がいいから、使えるものは何でも使いましょう。
よそ者が歓迎されない場所だから？
そういうことです。
それ以上の詮索は無用と。
春秋さんはとっても察しがいい。それはいいことだと思う。ただ、好奇心もとっても強く見える。
バレたか。
バレますとも。でも正直、あんまりいろいろ首突っ込まない方がいいかも。
どうせすぐに別れるんだし。
その通り。
なんだか寂しいな。
お、ちえみちゃんのメアド御書も
くれるならぜひ。
やったー、これで男友達53人目。
テンションガタ落ちですわ。
We still went on to exchange our info. I could only hope that being number 53 wasn't as big a problem as it sounded.
それはともかく、個人的興味で言えば、何が問題になってて、どんな背景があるのか知りたいのだけど。
おすすめしないな。
なぜかな。
私が不愉快になるから。
あんまり故郷が好きじゃない？
うん。正直、嫌い。
ここの人とは仲良さそうに見えるけど。
ああ、それは見えるだけですね。私相当の問題児だったんで、ご年配方とは結構気まずいよ。それに、パッと見はわからないいろんなしがらみもあるし。まあ、住人自体はそんなに嫌いじゃないけどね。
With that, I decided to stop prying about this place any further. I'd backed away before she came to hate me.
あ、でも、一つだけ聞いていい？
いい度胸。何かな？
室匠さんのこと好きだったりする？
え？私が？
うん。
さすがにそれはないな。匠兄ちゃんかっこいいけど、ごつすぎるし、10以上年違うし、対象外です。それに、匠兄ちゃんは昔から香織さん一筋だし。
やっぱそうなんだ。結婚してるわけじゃないの？
うん。香織さん未亡人だから。
Well, that seemed complicated. That aside, Chimey had been acting a bit strange. Why had she dragged me away from the tea? It seemed so awkward, too. Assuming she hadn't been jealous of Kaori-san and simply didn't want her to charm me, would mean that she just hadn't wanted me to drink the tea. Why? Also, why she fed me cup ramen if I could have just gotten food at the dining hall? Looking too deep into things was part of my nature, though things were never as bad as I assumed. I went on to call my insurance company, where I found out something. Apparently, this village was hundreds of kilometers away from the nearest service station, meaning I was ineligible for the normal service and had to pay extra. And the extra was no small amount, too. It actually went over 100,000 yen. Also, I could have avoided this if I'd taken a more expensive plan. This was all my own fault for not taking the bike's salesman's advice. Shit. I said I would consider it and hung up. Then I went back to the dining hall.
あれ、おじいさんたちは。
The customers had changed completely. Tai-san, Kanzo-san, and Takumi-san were gone now. They were replaced by a caricature of a juvenile delinquent. He shouted at me. He seemed like he was trying too hard. He then slammed his bowl and chopsticks on the table and stood up to intimidate me.
房石春明です。
はあ？んだよ、舐めてんのか。
まあ、義継。初対面の方になんて口の利き方を。
うるせえババア。おい、チエネ、そいつ誰だよ。
バイクで事故った旅行者の春明さん。
Boy, was that introduction half-assed.
改めて、こちら織部香織さんと次男の義継くん、安永くんが長男ね。
安永くんって朝の彼？
そう、よく見たら似てるでしょ。
The Orbis, what an unpredictable family.
兄貴のこと言ってんじゃねえよ。うぜんだよ、ブッシェ。
そう言われてもな、モテちゃうからな、ちえ姉ちゃんは。
And from what I'd seen, that confidence was well justified.
とっとと町へ戻っちまえ、バカ女。バカバカバカ。
どうしよう、春明さん。バカは否定できないかも。
なんと、ちえみちゃんはバカだったのか。よーし、バカバカ。
ひどい。
言ってやろうぜ義継くん。バカバカ。
なんなんだよてめえ。知恵ねバカにしてんじゃねえよ。
You're pretty conflicted, aren't you?
ごめんちえみちゃん、本心じゃないんだ。
おお、見事な連続手のひら返し。このちえみをあっけに取られさせるとはなかなかやるな、春秋さん。
ちえみちゃんには負けないぜ。
付き合ってんのかてめえら。
Boy, did I wish.
いい加減になさい義継。とうに遅刻でしょ。着替えて学校。
うるせえ。行かねえよ。
Mumbling something, the kid walked out of the dining hall, leaving his half-full bowl behind.
ごめんなさいね。お恥ずかしいところを。
根は素直ないい子なんですけどね。
Yeah, I could actually see that. Somewhat.
あ、ところで牧島さんとムロさんは？
あ、もうバイク拾いに出ましたよ。
まずい、追いかけないと。
場所は分かってるみたいだったし大丈夫じゃない？
いや、一応ニュートラルにすれば押せるけどさ、操作わかるのかな。あとさすがに手伝うべきでしょ。作業が非効率になっちゃまずいし。
その程度なら手出しはやめときましょう。
なんで？
取りも直さず春秋さんがよそ者だからです。長時間一緒に歩くのはちょっとおすすめできない。
問題になりそうな人たちには思えなかったけど。
そりゃあ2人とも大人だから。でも基本的にこのちえみほどオープンな人はここにはそうそういないからね。春秋さんは平気かもだけど、一緒にいると向こうがストレス溜めるかもしれない。ただでさえ今普通じゃないから。
まあそうね。任せろと言われたら手出しをしない方がいいでしょうね。
そうなんですか。
ええ。安水には安水のやり方がある。男の人たちはそれにこだわるから。
I could somewhat understand that. A visitor should behave like one. Doing anything more would be uncalled for. It was an old-fashioned way of thinking, but this was an old-fashioned kind of place for sure.
じゃあ、どこで待とうか。
うちに戻って待ちましょう。
Expected as much, but it still made me curious. Normally you'd expect we'd sit around and drink some tea right here, so why didn't we? As we waited, Chimey, casually but uncomfortably, told me several things. First, I found out that people here in Yasumizu were a bit on edge right now. The reason for that was the fact that, excluding me, they had 3 whole outsiders here. I'd assumed this myself from what I knew so far, but apparently yesterday morning a little girl was found straying around the Saranaga Rapids. They couldn't even find out her name, let alone who her parents were, so they didn't know how to handle her. For now, one of the inhabitants was looking after her. Like I'd been told, the more superstitious inhabitants, Tai-san mostly, saw her as a bad omen. I suggested leaving her to the police, but Chemi didn't seem to think it was a good idea. It barely made sense to me, but if I were to believe her, things around here were such that not even the cops would do anything. And apparently the remaining 2 outsiders were a pair of journalists gathering info for a magazine article. Unlike the little girl and I, they'd come here via a normal route through the Kamifujiyoshi, and therefore weren't considered a bad omen or whatever. Still, even normal outsiders put the people here on edge. Through this talk, I got some details about the area itself. Yasumi was a settlement part of an autonomous region called Fujiyoshi Village, or simply Fujiyoshi. It had also been on the map I had been shown at the store. Where is it? Okay. Fujiyoshi was split into 2 areas, Yasumizu and Kamafujiyoshi. They were separated by a mountain. Going to Kamafujiyoshi took about an hour by foot, or 20 minutes by car, on the winding but paved road. Side note, the school the students went to was in Kamafujiyoshi. The two settlements had ties so strong they shared customs and culture. Chimey said the local seasonal events were quite unconventional. I asked her to elaborate, but all she would say was that Yasumi had a special meaning to Fujiyoshi. She was making me more suspicious than I wanted to be. This conversation wasn't nearly as exciting as the one we'd had last night. Well, at least I found out she didn't have a boyfriend right now. Very intriguing. It was nearly noon when Takumi-san came back, ending my waiting game. Side note, the door was fully open the entire time we waited. It was probably Chemi's way of saying that nothing bad was happening here.
バイクってのはおめえもんだな、おやっさん。
去年取った獅子ほどじゃねえ。
I really didn't expect him to just carry it here. Like, sure, there were two of them, but just how much mass do you have to haul a 200-kilogram piece of metal so easily? The unpaved road and the river made my sweet ride really damn muddy.
どうやってあの崖を上げたんです？
滑車があんだよ。たまに下から物を引き上げなきゃなんねえから。
おい、匠。
と、余計なこと言ってる場合じゃねえ。これ大丈夫なのか？だいぶ水に浸かっちまったみてえだけど。
どうかな。見てみます。
じゃああとは任すぜ。おやっさん、結構かかっちまったから研ぎ直しは明日まで待ってもらえっか。
I saw them off with a loud thank you. Now then.
手伝おっか？
とりあえず一人でなんとかなるかやってみるよ。
The worst part of the repairs was right at the beginning. I wanted to start by washing it, but that old lady, Tai Yamakawi was her full name, got really mad at me. She didn't want any Satanaga mud on the ground here because it was corrupt or something. But the plaza was the only place with easy access to a water supply tap, so I did my best to convince her to let me wash it as close to the edge as possible. Once it was clean, I could start checking what was wrong with it. It actually looked pretty good, bent in places sure, but the wash got rid of the bad sound on the wheels made. The only problem was both tires were flat, and it was a pretty big one.
道具とか持ってきてないの？普通バイク旅行とかって持ってくるもんじゃないの？
いざとなればロードサービス呼べばいいかな的なノリだったんで。
不準備。
いや、返す言葉もない。正直やけくそで出発したから冷静でもなかったのかも。
お？事情を聞いてほしそう。
彼女に振られたんだよ。
なんか嘘っぽいな。
It wasn't.
それはともかく、タンク修理道具か。野里屋敷ならあるかもしれないな。
野里屋敷？
うん、安水で一番大きなお家。野里屋敷にないものは安水にはないよ。
なるほど。じゃあそこの人にお願いしに行こ
う。実はあんまり会うのはおすすめできないんだけど、背に腹は変えられないか。
また偉い人が登場？
うん。その上ちょっと人格的にね。
And so we walked up the hill and arrived at this so-called Nasato mansion. From what I could tell, it was located at the highest point in the settlement. And, like Chamie said, it was definitely a hell of a building. It had an elegant Western design, which would probably look even better if the place were better maintained. The yard was overgrown, and the building itself was pretty much buried in ivy and small trees. If someone told me it was cursed, I'd instantly believe them. Did people actually live here?
インターホン、生きてるかな？
She pressed the button next to the iron gate. Yasumizu was a quiet place, so I could easily hear the bell ring inside.
もう一度押そうか？
やめとこ。何度も鳴らすと心象悪いから。
そんなに気難しい人なの？
そうね。気難しい。うん。いい表現だ。
I wasn't sure what she meant, but I opted to just wait rather than ask more questions. Soon enough, the person in question walked out of the mansion.
なんだ 誰だ？
He wasn't young, but he didn't look middle-aged either. He certainly looked high-strung, that much was sure.
どうも野里さん、芹沢です。
知っている、芹沢千恵美。そっちの青年は存じ上げないがね。
春明さん、こちら野里清之助さん。清之助さん、事故車の房石春明さんです。
That introduction was the briefest one yet.
は？なんだって？
I explained the situation again. He furrowed his brow when I mentioned the Sananaga, in addition to the reason we were here.
というわけで、早々にここから出ていくためにも、修理道具をお持ちだったら貸していただけないかと。
タイヤはチューブですかね？
Huh?
一応パッチもあるがね、チューブタイヤだったら素人には難しいんじゃないのか？できるならいいがね。なあ、チューブがバーストしてたら交換するしかないが、替えはさすがに持っておらんよ。譲る義理もないがね。
すみません。ちょっとそのあたりあんまり詳しくないまま乗っちゃったんで。
ちょっと話にならんね。おとなしく何十万だかの勉強料を払って拾ってもらうのをおすすめしよう。
Yeah, I had no retort to that.
野里さん、多分ですけど、今の時期これ以上よその車がここに入るとか良くないんじゃないです？
は？君は間違いりだろう。未だにそんなもの信じてるのかね？
私はともかくじいさまばあさま方がちょっとここ数日やたら外来者多いですし。
安水の連中の事情は知らんよ。私にどうしろと？え？油まみれになってパンク修理しろと？
いや、そこまでなくても藤吉の長者として困ってるマロードを助けるのにお力添えをいただけないかと。
困った時だけ長者を頼るのではなく、安水流のもてなしでもしたらどうかね。崖から突き落とすんだったか？ん？
Well, what the hell?
いや、そんな言っちゃダメですよ。
Shimi's tone was slightly off. I could feel a bit of irritation behind her words.
本当、お恥ずかしい限りなんですが、なんとかしてみるんで、道具だけ貸してもらえませんか？
なんだと？
道具やらキットやら仮に入るだけで、作業は別のところでしますから、もちろんお代は払います。
まあ構わんがね。下手に物を破損させたりしたら弁償してもらうぞ。学生だか知らんがきっちりしてもらう。
Then he pointed me to the garage and walked back to the mansion.
いやー、なんとかならない気がしてきた。チューブがバーストってなんだろう。
春明さんかっこ悪。
え？バイク乗りならスパナ一本で何でも修理してみせろと？
まあわかりませんけど、なんかそういうメカに強い感じ出したらグッとくる女は多いのでは。
じゃあ野里氏にはグッときたと？
いやー、どうせ知ったかぶりだから。あの人多分自分じゃ整備もできないよ。筋金入りの裏なり病炭だし。
え、じゃあなぜバイクの整備用品なんて？
野里屋敷は上藤吉にある野里家のもっと大きいお屋敷からいらないものを運んで置いとくような場所らしくてね。5、6年前に清之助さんが単車買ってもらったけど、ろくに乗りこなせなくてお蔵入りにしたとか聞いたことある。
Damn, that was the countryside for you. Couldn't hide your shame if your life depended on it. Anyway, I now knew the man was the condescending, pretentious type. He still helped me out though, and it was true I didn't know much about bike repairs, so I couldn't really get mad.
さあ、そうと決まれば使えそうなものは全部持ち出してやろうぜ。
さながら山賊のごとく乗った。
私、邪魔じゃないかな。
Alright, why don't we stop it there? This is Audapostrophe. You've been watching Raging Loop on Nintendo Switch. Now, anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching. I will see you at the next stream.